What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg I Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out a super cool team. This is actually taken as an inspiration from one of my comments. They said they wanted to see more fling action. I was using a little bit of fling in the SPL last week, and they really liked it, so they said you should be flinging Iron Balls. And back in the day, I used to fling Iron Balls with T-Tar, and it's that big 130 base damage. It's the strongest Dark type attack move in the game. It's really good for like dump trucking Cali Eyes, great into things like Kyogre, and so I think there's actually shots here having T-Tar break opposing sashes on mons that are pesky like Urshifu and Cali S, and also like Shempao, and then being able to like underspeed things in TR. This is going to be a speed reduced Tyranitar, no good speed, like we're absolutely like underspeeding everything in here. So like we can let people get TR, or we can set up TR ourselves, and even just like underspeed their Cali Eye and just one-shot them with that Iron Ball fling. Really cool stuff. We're also going to be rocking a Sand Forced Zero Speed Reduced AV bulky Excadrill. I really like this set. Hopefully we can use it in some games. I think this could be a lot of fun. Other mons in this team are going to be like Standard, Cresselia, Indeedee. I think the last mon that I really want to talk about here, other than the Cali Eye, is this Dawnwing set. Wow, this thing looks so cool on paper. We have Trick Room, Power Gem, Expanding Force, Moongeist Beam. I think a lot of people really expect this thing to have like Meteor Beam with like a Power Herb, and I don't think that's the way you need to play this. I want to be able to always KO things like Ho-Ohs, Insins, stuff like that. And if I double dip my Rock Terra and throw in like a Helping Hand from like an Indeedee or like a Cresselia, that can just KO even the bulkiest Insins right away. So if we get up the Trick Room, we're going to be able to underspeed those things with our speed reduced nature and just blow them the heck up with Power Gem. Really cool set. If we lead like Necrozma and T-Tar in pretty much every single game, we're going to be able to set the weather to break sashes. And then we're going to be able to go for like a Rock Terror to get that +1 Spadef boost on our Dawnwings. And then we're going to be able to pivot out T-Tar for Indeedee and then activate our Psychic Seeds and get another Spadef boost. It's so cool. And if anyone ever manages to make contact with like a move that's super effective into Rock, because there are a lot of those weaknesses, we have Prism Armor to cut that damage even further. So even if they like Water Spout us, it's still not doing any damage because there's no rain, because T-Tar was lead and it was the slowest weather setter because we have an Iron Ball. And there's just so much damage mitigation. I think this is such a cool idea. I will say before we get into these games, please think about dropping a sub on the channel. If you guys like this sort of content, you want to see more creative VGC Reg I content, think about dropping a sub. We're doing our absolute best to get to 50,000 subscribers. You're not going to see cool and creative teams like this anywhere else on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I got to say for this one. I think this is really cool. Dawnwing's one of my favorites. I really like Tyranitar, and I think Tyranitar's in a really good spot against like all those Cali Eye, Miraidon, Shadow Rider teams that are so like strong early in the Reg I meta. So hopefully we hit some of those. We're gonna go play some games. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ho-Oh Miraidon. That sounds like a good job for T-Tar. Let me be realistic. Ho-Oh's about to be big sad. They're like, hey, I'm gonna be fine. I have iron hands. And it's like, well, we got like Necrozma. We got that T-Tar. I think we have a lot of really good options. We have Power Gem on our Necrozma. We're gonna be so good into this Ho-Oh. They're not gonna see the Meteor Beam, and they're like, no way they're gonna see this coming. That being said, I think I can probably just get up my terrain get up my Trick Room by going like Necrozma. I think Necrozma's a really good lead. I'm wondering if I want to lead the Indeedee or just lead the T-Tar. I think I can just lead Indeedee. I really kind of want to bring Excadrill here though. It looks so good. It looks really good, doesn't it? I think we bring the Cali Eyes. I'm gonna bring the T-Tar. We underspeed the Iron Hands. If I drop the big fling into something, like I wonder if like Dark Terra fling like one-shot Suicune. That'd be really cool. I'm gonna try this. I think Excadrill might be better than T-Tar, but at the same, or even Crest could be like really good here. But let's just play with this. I think T-Tar's a really good pivot for Dawnwings. Like, what's Dawnwings weak against? Like ghost attacks, like dark attacks, things like that. Like T-Tar comes in, pivots those perfect. What's T-Tar weak against? Like, I don't know, fighting attacks? Like you just pivot in that perfectly, block it up with the T-Tar, or block it up with the Dawnwings. Like, I just love it. I love this core. I love some of these mons. I had to breed the 0 speed reduced T-Tar and the 0 speed reduced Excadrill for this team. Sandforce Excadrill is something I'm looking forward to featuring. And the cool thing about that is they really think that it's like a Sand Rush Excadrill. So you're going to be going for like a screen. I think the best way to actually play around this is just to pivot out the Indeedee and get ready for like the big TR. Think about it though. I'm thinking. Because you're going to Volt Switch, I think. I'm thinking. I think I'm just going to pivot in the T-Tar, dude. I'm going to pivot in the T-Tar and just Expanding Force, I think. It's great damage into Miraidon, and it makes it so they can't pivot into, like, hands. So if you, like, Volt Switched and brought in, like, hands or something, it's really good. I also want to save the fact that I have D-Gleam. Not D-Gleam, Power Gem, sorry. So T-Tar's coming in hot. Ah, no, we got to Trick Room. We got to Trick Room. I was thinking about it. I think we got to Trick Room, yeah. So just Trick Room's up. And here we go. Oh, I can get the rock boost into my Dom Wings. I'm gonna do it, dude. That's so sick. Alright. Actually, what's the problem with just Trick Room and, like, Follow Me? Like, I'm just curious. Like, I wonder what they're gonna do. Let's just see it. I'm trying to get too ahead of myself. There's so many, like, lines I want to take with this team. I wonder if they're just gonna go Volt Switch or, like, Electro Drift. Volt Switch, cool. So we could have pivoted into each other, soaked that up very well, and set the, like, weather. Let's see what they do, though. They're going to be able to try to reset that terrain, but I don't know if that's really going to matter. Is this Ho-Oh? Suicune. Cool. Works. T-Tar's great into that Spirit Break. Nice. I was not dealing with that today. Awesome. This is perfect. I wonder if, like, Helping Hand Moongeist Beam, like, Oko's Suicune. I wonder if that's the case. I think what I'm going to do is flip on my Terra and just Moongeist Beam this Suicune, and then pivot in the T-Tar and get ready to do stuff. This is going to do a couple things by going Rock Terra. First of all, I'm not going to take Sandstorm Chip. Second of all, I'm going to get reduced damage from special attacks because I'm using, well, because I'm a Rock type, right? Rock types get the 1.5 special defense boost. So if you go for Snarl, it's, like, not going to do, like, anything. Or like Foul Play probably wouldn't even do that much. And if you go for like Scald or something, I still get reduced damage from that Scald because I have the Prism Armor ability. This is just the coolest thing ever. Spirit Break's fine. It sucks they underspeed. Not going to be doing that much damage. And we're just going to try and stick some damage into this Suicune. So we save our Entity in the back, which I think is very, very important. Look at that damage. Oof. It's not that much at -1. Snarl, yeah. It's a good play, but it's not going to do as much as they think. I'm going to pivot out my Necrozma this turn for, what is that, for, yeah, that would have done so much damage if I just stayed, like, getting forced, for Kali I. I think that's a fair play. And I think I can just get away with, like, knock off into your Suicune, just, like, big damage. I don't know if Fling gets that KO. So I'm gonna save my Fling until I see the light of the Suicune's eyes. I mean, knockoff's not a weak move either, so it gets double damaged here. I wonder when that Grimm's gonna start setting screens. That's why I don't want to use my Fling yet. I'm kind of waiting it out. So Calyrex is up. T-Tar looks like such a weird mon in this matchup. I think it's a really good one. So let's see it. Knock off. See how we underspeed everything? Oh, it's so good. Knocking off the safety goggles, which we saw they didn't take any damage last turn. Spirit Break, we don't care. You're going to Snarl or Scald? You could Scald. Roar. Yo, please. Can I just bring out like a Dom Wings that's like ready to go? Here we are ready to go. Send out into the all helping hand, yo. All right, Dom Wings is so sick, dude. This is so rad. So you know that like somewhere on that team is Ho-Oh. It's somewhere. Over the rainbow. I think I'm just gonna Lance and Moongeist Beam the Suicune. I think that's probably fine. I know you have T. I kind of want to like TR my own TR here. I'm okay with that. Thinking about TRing my TR. I don't want to lose my Kali, you know? Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna, I'm scouting for foul play. If you don't have foul play and you just put up a reflect, like, that's fine. I don't want to get foul played. There it is. See, like, I'm not letting that happen to me, bro. Bro, I'm not letting that happen to me. I got other stuff to do with my day. If this was like a Screens Grim, it would have been Screens and Grim the whole time. It's not. Stop it. Nice. It's one down. Dude, show me that Ho-Oh. Show it to me. I'll power gem you into it into next week, bro. Cool. And if you bring in the Miraidon, I can just pivot out for Indity. Get my terrain up or something. There's the Ho-Oh, dude. I got this. Alright. You know I got Power Gem, but, like, I still got to do this to him. I think you have to pivot in T-Tar here. Because I don't want to eat that Foul Play. Like, that's not what's happening on the bingo cards. What if I just Power Gemmed here and started getting that guy off the board? Because I think Ho-Oh's going to protect. I think it's going to protect. Or, like, flip a Terra or something. And, like, I don't really care that I'm showing all this. Because, like, I also think T-Tar is just good into Ho-Oh, even if, like, Trick Room expires. Yep, awesome. It's the right play. It's the right play to make. You don't need to take the bait into the Ho-Oh in that situation. Foul Play into T-Tar. It's good damage, but it's not good enough. Dude, like, Rock Terra Dom Wings, like, low-key slaps against Ho-Oh. Like, bro, what are you gonna do? Like, I actually want to know, what do you think that you do into this? Is that Citrus Grim? In this economy, bro. Never lucky. Yeah, that Grim is actually, like, a big problem. I need a TR, though. Like, you're gonna go for Sacred Fire, probably, but, like, do I care? Don't particularly care. I'm gonna Rock Slide. And trick him again. Like, what are you gonna do? Prankster Taunt could stop TR, but then you eats a fat Rock Slide. And they're probably thinking, like, what? Why are there so many Rock Mods? Yeah, they're Sacred Firing a Dawn Wings, dude. Oh my gosh. A burn happens 50% of the time every time. We are gonna get our Trick Room up. Rock Slide should, like, low-key break that Ho-Oh into, like, a million pieces. And then we're getting ready to, like, oh, yeah. I was going to say something. So we're going to underspeed that Grim with our T-Tar too. So, like, we just come in hot and just, like, finish off the Grimmsnarl with our T-Tar, pivot out Dawn Wings for NDD to take away terrain, re-bring out Dawn Wings a little bit later in the back and just fold out the Miraidon. So we're going to win this one. It's pretty nice, right? It's pretty nice. I want to use my Fling, though. I wonder if the Fling KOs Grim here. That Rock Slide did, like, a lot. But at the same time, like, do we think it KOs with Fling? I think that it does. I think that it does, and I'm willing to stand on principle to get it. Bruh, where you looking? Huh? Where you looking? That's probably me. And they're saving their Terra for Miraidon, but like, oh, Kara. Let's see, like Dazzling Gleam, I just get double terrain and then I go double Restricted and just win out. This also is a really good play here, I think, because if they did have some sort of weird like Prankster move to use, this would just stop it. Scary Face Mirana. Hey, that is a Prankster move to use. You can always still side target your own mons, but you don't underspeed everything. Look at this. Fling value. Iron Ball busted. Let's go. Oh, he's alive. Never lucky, bro. I hate that. All right. I live with both these guys, dude. I'm so cracked. All right. So I think in this situation, you just knock off the Miraidon. You have to follow me to stop the second Scary Face. Because if you get the second Scary Face off, then they're going to underspeed everyone else and just win. Yep. Awesome. And then Rock Slide. We should still underspeed this Miraidon because we're 0 speed speed reduced. Nice. Covert Cloak. Whoa. I thought there would be like specs or something. I mean, we weren't that strong. So they're going to be able to actually underspeed and do things, but like... Oh, wait. Do I lose? Do I just lose this to foul play? No, I don't think I lose. No, I think I'm fine. Oh, I don't know. I might lose this. This might be a misplay. I think I should have taken out the Grim, because Grim can just underspeed... No, Grim doesn't underspeed Kali. Duh. Yeah, for some reason I thought it did for some reason. I just didn't want to... I couldn't... I was getting myself in the mindset of, like, before I had to, like, protect bait out foul play, because I could Oko it, but, like, I can Oko it from here. So, we are fine. We're going to go with a fat Lance. And you might as well just use, like... I'm trying to think. They could protect Miraidon. Don't know if there's any other, like, I'm just gonna go for an expanding, or they haven't terra'd yet, right? That's the thing that's like dicey here for me. Like, you can go dark typing here or normal typing here. This just goes into it. I don't think there's a terra that you go that says like no. Let's see if I'm guessing the right ways. You got that dark terra, bro? Are you cooking water terra maybe? Fairy terra. Fine. Surprised I didn't do that like 2 turns ago. But like, we should just be able to close this with Lance. 0 speed reduce Kali, underspeeds the Grim. So, big damage. And we take those wins, man. I mean, we used the Dom Wings. The Dom Wings had the Rock Terra. We used the Tyranitar with the Fling, bro. Like, that guy probably can't believe they lost. Like, honestly, they had the Roar Suicune, they had the Foul Play Grim. Like, that Grim even had like the side Scary Face. Like, I didn't get caught up in the Grimm's tempo. I think that's probably how that Grimm gets its wins, is like catching people in its tempo with like spirit breaks and foul play instead of screens. I didn't play that game. I kind of just took out the Grimm's teammates for a while. We take those wins all the way to the bank. Shadow Rider Koraidon. I wonder if they're going to be having like Imprison on that. I'm going to lead with Dawn Wings. I think I'm going to lead with Dawn Wings, T-Tar, and then pivot in the Indity, and then just use Calyrex. I think that's probably fine. I'm trying to think of what they have. This lets me still like do stuff, even if they wanted to go, like if Rigorath wanted to Imprison, I could knock off, or I could just fling or knock off or do whatever, and then still get at my TR if I wanted to. Like if they led, I'm just thinking of like lines. If you wanted to lead like Shadow Rider for Rigorath and go like Imprison and like Astral or Imprison something, I flip on my Rock Terra, I mitigate that damage, gain the Spadef boost, and then just KO the Rigorath to stop the Imprison. So it's pretty good stuff, and it also like breaks sashes on Calyrex, so it's just like a less attractive option. I was just, you know, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. This team was inspired by a comment I got on my YouTube channel. So if you guys have ideas you want to see, let me know. They were talking about Fling, because I was playing my SPL match. I think it was this match against Joe UX9, where I was using Fling King's Rock Zork, and they're like, man, I want to see you Fling Iron Ball. And I was talking about all the times I used to use Fling Iron Ball T-Tar in the past. And I was like, man, I can make that work in Reg I. Like, there's so many Sashmons. It's exactly that we said we were going to see. So I think we just flip on the Rock Terra, Moongeist Beam, or Trick. I think I'm going to get the Trick Room up, because I think they might flip a Terra on too. The only way this loses is if it's like Imprison Cali I. I guess I could have like Taunt and other stuff like that too, but like we should be fine here. Good Trick Room here. Bro, I'm clicking the Fling. I think that knockoff, they might be EV trying to live knockoff. This is a 130 base power Fling, because we're flinging the heaviest item in the game. So 130 stab versus like a 105 stab. This is that big damage. Show me that Imprison. They locked that in the first slot. Oh, I want this so bad. They're looking at this T-Tar being like, you're not supposed to exist in this format. What are you going to do, pivoting Koraidon? Like, I don't care, bro. It's going to be Expanding Force City, and they're going to see me fling and then think that I don't have another dark move too. So when I knock off that Shadow right next turn, they're not going to see it coming. I want to see if they go for like Fighting Terra Cali, and I don't even know if that Oko's T-Tar, because like we have the Spidef boost too. Fairy. Okay. Yeah, I mean I could just Rock Slide that. And now I can just Expanding Force. Like Expanding Force Rock Slide probably picks up that KO. Show me Imprison! Here's my Terra. And remember, we also have the Psy Seeds as well. So, like, if I do ever bring in my Indity, I'm going to get a second Spadef boost. It makes this Dawn Wings, like, so thick. Oh, I love this. Like, this is what Reg I is. This is pod racing out here. Let's see it. Astral? That's not doing as much as you think it is, buddy. Nope. Nopers. Show me that Imprison. Oh! Oh! I feel so validated! 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. That's what we like to see, baby. Fling these, bro. Flinging the Iron Ball. Super effective. Ooh. Dunzo. Get out of here, bro. Sheesh. Imprison? Bro, not in my house. Nope. Nopers. Did we actually find a good team? Is this a good team? Like, what? Trick Room's up. You bring it to Koraidon. I just pivot out T-Tar for Indity, Expanding Force, GG, shake my hand, you wasted Terra. That's it. And what are you going to do? Send out like an Ensign? Right? I have Rock Slide. And I have Power Gem with the... Oh my gosh, I have the fat Power Gem. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the Power Gem here. 1, 2, 3. And you can't knock off my item because I'm going to use it this turn. Dude, that's game. Pack it in, bro. Pack it in. We're going to save our T-Tar to reapply Weather in the back. Oh my gosh. That is so good. And we're also making it so if you wanted to fake out my Dawn Wings, this says no. Oh my gosh. This team is so good. What? How is this team like this good? I mean, I know I'm a good team builder, right? But this is like, shoot, this is really cool. Really, really cool. All right, pivot out. Good play. I think they're conditioning me into like Meteor Beaming, and I just don't have Meteor Beam. Good play. That's good. All right, so we just don't take the bait anymore. I think you're just expanding forever. No more Spadef boost on the rock, but at the same time, I'm really happy I got the Spadef boost from my Psy Seeds. So if you Astral here, it's just not doing as much as you think. Draining Kiss. That is just not as much as you might think. Yep. Awesome. So let me think about what I want to do exactly here. They can pivot up for Incineroar. They have Protects. We have... Do I have D-Gleam here? I do. I'm not seeing a problem with, like... I kind of want to just Power Gem the Shadow Rider, but I kind of want to just Expanding Force. Like, I don't see an issue with, like, Expanding Force and, like, D-Gleam. Do I need to... Would Helping Hand be better? They're probably sashed. I'm thinking. If you double protect here, that's probably good for me. Now, what if I want something like Power Gem there and Dazzling Gleam? I like that. That way, if you left the Koraidon in, it would have took damage. And since still taking damage, you can pop a protect. I think I have all the tools required to win this one, but they are playing to their outs here. They're trying to make me waste my Power Gems, I think. Yeah, protect. I mean, hey, it's a good play. But next turn, the Expanding Force is going to just melt that Shadow Rider, right? So that's the idea. It's not going to melt it, but it's going to do a lot. And then I'm probably just going to pivot up my Entity. That's free damage into Incin, honestly. And let me see those Trick Room turns. What are we looking at here? It's 2 turns. Awesome. So we get to go for Expanding Force right there. Fat damage. And I'm just going to pivot in my T-Tar here. Unintimidated, get the T-Tar in. If you want to pivot out for... If you want to pivot in for Koraidon, it goes down. And if you want to just eat this Expanding Force, that is fine with me too. So I want my Sand still up. Knockoff, yeah. I have no item. That does nothing. You are weak. Big Expanding Force. Boom. Oof, that's so much. And now Rock Slide. Rock Slide Expanding just gets it here, I think. That did like 10 damage, bro. And so the really cool thing I like about this line here is they can protect Shadow Rider to wait out the TR, but like if I click like these 2 options, I think we have everything kind of locked up. Rock Slide pins the... Yeah, I think we have to Expanding here too. I'd like to Power Gem the Incin. Maybe I do that. No. Well. Yeah, why not? What else am I doing? If you pivot in the Koraidon, we're fine. Shadow Rider has to protect. You're just going to lose your Incin this turn. And then you're going to have a double restricted board. But that's fine. Hopefully you hit the Incin here, right? Still underspeeding Incin is kind of nice. Look at this. Oof! Parting. That super works. Man, imagine if I clicked Expanding Force there. That would have been so savage. You're going to take a lot of damage here. I think, honestly, all we really need to do is just pivot out. We'll see. You're going to get Sun Up, right? And the way I'm looking at this is you can KO my Dawn Wings. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to KO Dawn Wings and, like, Draining Kiss my T-Tar? It's a good play. The guy still has shots. Let's be real. This is going to do a lot of damage here, though. He's playing to his outs for sure. All right, I need to pivot that thing out. Dimensions return to normal. If we save Entity for like a redirect Lance, we just win the game. If we can deal with the Shadow Rider. I don't think Shadow Rider Oko's T-Tar here. So like the lines I'm looking at are Expanding Force and Rock Slide are my best lines. Yep, just is what it is. CC, cool, get that stat drop. I don't think Draining Kiss KOs T-Tar. And even if it does KO T-Tar, well, if it does KO T-Tar, I think we lose, right? I don't think T-Tar dies the Draining Kiss without any boosts, though. And the idea is we're going to be trying to set up, like, Entity Kali. That's it. Don't kill me, bro. I know you get that Fairy Terra, but I'm a T-Tar. That's game we just lost, because they just get a +1 off that. Ah! Man, I threw this. I threw it. I know that I threw this one, but, like, they played really well, too. I think I got really too ahead of myself off that Imprison. I'm trying to think of any possible way we get out of this pin. There is an out that we live the +1 Astral, but it's like such a small out. It's such a small out if we win if we live the Astral. It's a Sash Astral, so maybe we would live it. But I guess like one thing I could do here is anticipate you bringing in Sin. And do something like, I think the only thing that we could do would be like Trick Room here, and then protect Kali. And if you're pivoting in Sin, No, the right play would still just be follow me there. Yeah, even if you did the Incin play, it's just follow me Trick Room is our best shot. Yep. Yep. And now it's single target. Yeah, GG's. Ah! Dude, I almost had it. The turn 1 was so perfect. But I think they played it really well with the Incin and the Koraidon. I should have just stuck to my guns and just slapped Expanding Forces every single time. I started trying to get cheeky, going for, like, over-respecting the Koraidon. I think we could have won this one if things went a little bit more in my favor. But there was a couple turns where, like, they would have just lost to just Expanding Force. There's 2 turns where I could have just done it, and I think the Koraidon ate, like, 2 power gems. So if I just would have stuck my guns and just Expanding Forced out, I probably could have won. Oh well. We're gonna go into another one. Okay, Whims, Bundle, Hands. I wanted my run back versus that last guy. Let's see. I don't dislike the reason why you lead T-Tar here, like T-Tar Dawnwing seems really good, is it just takes away the weather from them, and they don't have a way to like reapply Rain Dance. So like those 2 are just really good. You pivot in that Entity, and when you go Rock Terra, you get like all the boosts. You get the Spadef boost from the Sandstorm, the Spadef boost from the Psy Seeds. These seem pretty good. I want to use my Excadrill, but I just haven't gotten the right matchups for it. I think against other Trick Room teams, Excadrill like slaps. It's like a bulky Sand Force Excadrill. But it's doing a lot of its work in the team preview. It's making them think that I have like a Sand Rush option. So like if we see Whims, that's what that's for. Because like they have to be respectful of like T-Tar Excadrill. You might not want to be, but you have to be. And another thing I really like about T-Tar here is if that is like Sash Whims or something, we are able to just like pin that Sash. I think the bundle is probably the Sash used on that team. It's probably gonna be Cloak Whims. So let's see what they want to do here. T-Tar just breaking the bundle Sash is absolutely amazing. I wonder if they lead Kyogre. I don't think that you do. But let's see. And it's always better to have that Entity as a pivot in, especially if we're pivoting out a Slowmon for it. Oh, this is just absolutely Chef's Kiss perfect. You see, like, now they're also being lulled into, like, a false sense security, thinking, like, Fake Out's really good. So I can just, like, pivot in Entity. I don't even know if I want to TR. I think I might just Expanding. Like, straight up. Like, what are you going to do? You don't have any Dark Pivots. And then this will make it so then I can go follow me TR next turn and get a lot more turns on my TR when they're conditioned to, like, pivot and get out of the way. I like this a lot. This is going to be really, really good. So they might waste their Fake Outs. They might waste their like Drain Punches or something like that. We're going to get the Psy Seeds boost on our Dawnwings. We're going to take Sandstorm Chip at the end of the turn. But like, you basically have to swap out your Ogre. And the mon you're swapping it for is Miraidon. So we're going to take away your terrain and like pop your Miraidon on the first turn. And then we're just going to redirect TR, bring back out the T-Tar and win the game with like flinging at the Ogre. And that's game. Cool. I'm already seeing the lines, bro. And getting this hands off the board is really big. I wonder if they're going to Terrastal. And also, you want to Expanding Force here to get the hands off the board. Because, like, if I get up the Trick Room, then they'll, like, go Grass Terra to be like, all right, now you're going to start hitting me, now I'll Terra. But, like, the cool thing about this is I stick a lot of damage right off the rip. Spout, I wonder if you're Scarfed. It's not doing as much as you might have hoped. Sandstorm kind of mitigates that damage. Fat Expanding Force. Look at this big damage. Almost Oko's hands. You're allowed to go for D-Gleam. They go for the low kick instead. Looks like Sandstorm is not going to get us because we also have safety goggles. So, like, I think we're in a good spot here. Like, I'm looking at the board. I think I'm just going to go follow me TR. Do we even need to follow me, though? Nope, I can just save my Entity. So, we're just going to Trick Room. I'm thinking if I want to save my Entity. I think that I can just Trick Room. Just absolutely safe. Because, like, I don't care if the Ogre wants to Spout. I'm not afraid of the hands. What I would be afraid of is pivoting in T-Tar, and then they pivot out Ogre, bring in the Miraidon, and then go for, like, a wild charge into my Miraidon. That's what I would be afraid of in this situation. So let's see. Their hands is going to be taken out relatively soon, too. So, like, I don't think hands can just, like, one-shot my Dawnwings in any real situation. Dawnwings is pretty thick. Let's see, though. They got some options. There's the pivot. Awesome. Cool. So we're going to lose Entity this turn. This can be Miraidon. I don't really care about that. Trick Room's going up. We're just going to bring out Kali and just win the game. Heck, we can even bring in T-Tar and underspeed the Iron Hands. Awesome. Follow me. Follow D's. Big Spout. Not really. Not really. Cool. So let's think about what we want to do in this situation. Both Kali and Dawn Wings are like really good here. I think you bring out... You're going to fake out with hands. No, I think it's best to bring out Callie here because we get the free +1 to the Ogre. I vibe with that. Is that lefties? Whoa. Whoa. That's not something that's usually on the bingo card. Yeah, I think that Callie's fine. Like, what are you going to do here? I'm going to go for Lance. Lance Moongeist, I think, is a good play. That looks like Specs. Sorry, Scarf. It looks like Scarf Ogre. So I think that, like, we don't really have to care that much about it. Moongeist Beam. Yeah, I think we just go Moongeist. I think this is a turn that we could click this if we really wanted to. Still more damage to do Moongeist Beam, but I just want to get that Spadef boost in case they go for something weird. And I don't really care if we don't care the Ogre, because like even though we're gaining a weakness too, like it's going to be so low because we're sticking it with a Lance. And then once we get the +1 off this, it's going to be just like really, really good. Yes, this is making it so like hands can actually do stuff against us, but like we underspeed hands and he's so low. Sandstorm Chip just basically gets him, or like Callie can win a speed tie, mess him up. And if you want to fake out, you don't really get anything out of it. Nice. Oh my gosh, that just Okos, bro. Wow. Dang, just Oko that Miraidon. Where was the Terra, bro? Probably like, what kind of Terra was it? Was it like Grass Terra Miraidon, bro? That's too next level, bro. I don't even need Moongeist Beam. That's just game. Hey, you know what? Value terastallization. I don't take Sandstorm Chip. Look at me. It's going to be Iron Hands that's low and what? Bundle. Okay, Sandstorm kind of busted. Still have one more turn of Sand, right? So you can go fake out. He's going to take out at the end of the turn. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what they thought was going to happen. Two turns on Sand. So there's one more Sandstorm tick. Bro, I'm clicking the Power Gem, dude. I want the Power Gem. I'm feeling the Power Gem. I feel the power. What do you need to protect? Show me what you got. You can win a speed tie. Not a speed tie. Actually, no, it's a speed tie with Iron Hands and Callie. Actually, yeah, it is. This is a 0 speed reduce Callie. So it's a speed tie. They can fake out either of these Mons. Doesn't really matter. We still have the T-Tar in the back too, so it's like T-Tar is cracked here. Man, T-Tar's just a good Mon in this format. What Terra are you going out here? What Terra are you rocking? Survey says Terra bundle. Is it Ghost? Dark bundle. That's actually kind of rad. I vibe with that. I think they thought we were Moongeist Beam, but no, I'm going for the Power Gem. I'm trying to flex. Glacial Lance. Bro, just get dunzoed out here. Oh my gosh. TY. Wow. There's the sash we were talking about being on the bundle. And we finish it off with Rock Terra Dawn Wings. Wins up, dude. Pretty good stuff. Callie got 3 KOs that game. Mon is just straight nuts. I think I get in like patterns where like I use a little bit of Callie Eye for like 3 days in a row, and then I'll use like a little bit of Callie Shadow. It sucks I can only have like one at a time, you know? I gotta get all my Callie Eye teams done in batches, but teams like this are really fun. I think this is actually like, I could low-key play this in like an open sheet tour and probably not do terribly, because there's just so many boosts that happen on the Dawn Wings, and for some reason Rock Terra seems just like really good into like Miraidon stuff. Like if everyone's using like Incin Koraidon and stuff like that, like Rock Terra like Dawn Wings is like a really, really cool choice. All right, here we go. Zamazenta, the final meeting. I think I'm gonna lead same thing I've been leading into like Miraidon the whole time. I think this is just super good into these cores. If you want to go Ursh, I think you low-key end up taking the bait a little bit, and I just get my terrain right up. I don't think that this is the right Mon. I think that this might be the right Mon. I'm thinking about it. I kind of... no, I'm just going to Callie Eye. We'll use Excadrill in another video. I might have to just use this on stream. Let me know if you guys want to see me use this team on stream as well. I think this team has like a lot of options. I really like their team though. I'm looking at it and I really think T-Tar's really solid into like Ninetales. It's good into Entei. It breaks the sash on that Ursh. I'm assuming that's Cloak Torn. Probably some sort of weird specs Ninetales. I wonder if we can force a Terra on that Zenta. That's kind of where I'm looking. If I can force Terra on Zenta, we have a good line into it. I also will say that, like, Dawnwings has an amazing line into the Zenta. So, like, they can't really hit us. Even if they have, like, Snarl, it doesn't really do that much. So let's see what they got. Let's see if they even have Wide Guard on that thing. Ursh? Bruh. I know we Trick Room here, but at the same time, I'm not going to Trick Room first. I'm going to pivot in the T-Tar and just Gimp the Ursh, because one way that we would actually lose this is, like, remember how we lost the other game where, like, they were just protecting around, pivoting in Sin and Koraidon and all these things? If you just KO, just right off the rip, like, you're done, I'm not messing around, like, you can't use those protects and sashes to, like, elongate the effectiveness of having 2 mons on the board to mitigate the AoE. If we just get the Ursh off the board right away, break the wrist, walk away, and then we TR, I think we're going to be in a good spot. So we're just going to go KO this Ursh, chunk the Miraidon, and then go redirect TR and win the game out with T-Tar. That's the idea. And if you have to bring like Entei, who could be like Choice Bandit or AV'd, like he just gets folded by a Rock Slide. Volt, which is good. This is going to be a lot of damage into both these. They're thinking I'm TRing here, right? So you just KO them first and then TR. KO first, then TR. Break the wrist, walk away. That's how this goes. What is this, Zenta, bro? Are you double U-turning? Are you an absolute Chad? Double U-turn's not bad. Entei. Whoo! Yeah, alright, alright. Certain strikes. Yeah, you're gone. That's just all your mons gone. And my Indity lives, bro. Cool. I mean, the Entei might live. Oh, that's a high roll. I'm dead. Indity, peace. Miss you. But, like, we got some good lines out here. And then I just flip on the Rock Terra if I feel like it. Let's see. Big expanding. Woo! Oof! So Ursh Sash, like we said right there. Gonna dip that guy out. Perfect. Sandstorm busted. Alright, so I really got to think about what I want to do here. It's a very important turn. If I send out T-Tar, it can protect, and I can TR safely with Necrozma. I have the Spadef boost. If I wanted to use my Terra there, I could. I don't really want to. If I send out the Kali, you have to hit the Kali. And then I TR with the Necrozma. I like that a lot better. I think even if you double Necrozma, I don't ever lose that Mon. That's just my thoughts. That is my thoughts. I don't think that doubling into Necrozma KOs it. I mean, if it does, though, that's just a straight L, right? Thinking. I could flip on the... If I Terra'd my Necrozma, I would not get KO'd. But then I have a bad matchup into Zenta. Like a bad match. They're going after the Necrozma because they know that it's required to beat Zenta. So I'm actually going to put my Terra on here. Get my Trick Room up. You're going to do your Zenta stuff. I can't stop that. Here's their Terra. I'm happy that I'm Trastalizing my Necrozma here. I gain a +1 boost to my Spadef. I gain a resist to the Sacred Fire or a Crunch. I think that's the big thing here. And they're Electric Terra double dip, which means, like, we do be clapping out here in just a sec. Here's my Terra. I didn't want to Trastalize my Kali either. Like, that's not an option in my opinion. And we do get, like, one good hit into the Zenta with Miraidon, or sorry, with Necrozma before we go down. Show me that Crunch, bro. Show it to me. Show me Crunch. Show me Crunch. Snarl? Volt Switch. They did Volt Switch. That's the right play. Look at it. Look at this guy out here. He's making the right plays. Look at this. Nothing. No damage dealt. Rock Terra busted. I want to see if they're keeping my Kali honest, though. And that's Electric Terra specs, too. That's, like, ridiculous. That's not doing any damage. Here's Zenta. I think we get this, but this is still such a hard line. Where's his shield? He did the Crunch. Where's your shield, bro? Bro, hold on. Where's your shield? Hello? What kind of item is this? Is this like... What? I can't high horsepower it. I can expanding force it, though. Oh, dude. I'm going to do it. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. It's lefties. Okay, so it wasn't like you just forgot the item. Yeah, that's fine. I think you just high horsepower right here. I don't even think Body Press like KOs my Necrozma because of the Prism Armor either. Like I'm being optimistic, but that's a lot of damage. That's a +1, which is going to greatly help. And this Expanding Force is going to chunk this Zenta. And I wonder if T-Tar can just KO Miraidon with like Fling. That's kind of where I'm looking. Look at this. Oof. Ooh, that's so much damage, bro. Body Press. Do I even die? I do die. All right. It's up to Tyranitar. I think if I can KO the Zenta, I think I just knock off the Zenta and high horsepower the Miraidon. I think that's the line. Because, like, knockoff does enough. I'm not afraid of the Zenta, right? I think that's what it generally comes down to. And if I knock off it, it takes Sandstorm Chip, and there's still one more turn. So I think, like, knockoff plus Sandstorm Chip. Like, Fling might just get the KO because it's resisted. It's, like, 25 base power stronger. Let's just see the lines. I think we have a lot of turns left on this T-Tar. We have at least one more turn of Sandstorm Chip, I think. Yep, one more turn of actual chip. It doesn't chip the last turn. So we're going to Fling here. I want that Fling, dude. I think the knockoff's sick, though. Knockoff's sick. If I miss this high horsepower, we're really sad, but I'm not going to miss. I never miss. Here we go. Wide Guard. There's a Wide Guard. Good play for you. Wide Guard's correct. Yo, T-Tar about to be busted, though. Woo! Knocking off these, though. And that's Sandstorm range. No lefties to save you, buddy. Do we hit our high horsepower? Yes, we do. I never miss that move. For some reason, I just don't miss it. Wins up. We take those big wins. This is a cool team. I think the lefty Zenta is definitely a take. What I've been doing with them when I play Zenta is just cutting Wide Guard for Snarl. I'm just having a lot more value with that because, like, you can just play around Wide Guard so well nowadays. And Sandstorm, yo, T-Tar, send it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And honestly, that's gonna be the games. We didn't get to use the Sandforce Extra Drill. I apologize, guys. I wanted to use the Sandforce Extra Drill, but I really do like this core. I think it's a lot of fun. I might stream some games with this team. If you guys want to try out this team for yourself, think about checking out the Patreon. There's going to be a link to the Patreon in the description of this video. And yeah, all my rental codes get put up on Patreon. All my different teams, you get access to my DMs. You get access to the Patreon tab of the Discord if you want to know stuff about my teams or you just have general questions about Reg-Eye. Also, you get access to this team submission post. We've been talking about this in a lot of our videos recently. If you guys have a team you want me to take a look at and do my absolute best to fix, think about checking out the Patreon. Even for the low price of $2, you get to submit a team to this team submission post. I'm going to use your team in a video. I'm going to talk about what I like, what I don't like, and what I would optimize. I'm going to fix it after I play a few games. I'm going to give you back a Poke Paste, and then, you know, through showing you guys the fixings, maybe you'll get a better understanding of how I would play it so you guys can actually replicate that in your own game. So if that sounds like fun, think about checking that out. The last thing I have to say is, think I'm dropping a sub on the channel. You're not going to see creative content like Fling Iron Ball T-Tar Rock Pterodon Wings anywhere else on YouTube. So if you guys got this far in the video and you like the content, think about dropping a sub. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're at 44,000 right now. Trying to get to 50K before the end of the year. I know it's possible. I just have to, you know, be more consistent in asking for subs because that's how, you know, people don't even know you want them to sub unless you ask. So please sub if you like the content. I would appreciate it. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.